Greetings, Joseph Kerski here. Let's talk about why geography education matters. People have always been fascinated with investigating their home, the Earth. For centuries, the study of geography and the maps that geographers have created have stirred imaginations and inspired explorations of the unknown. Geography was advanced by ancient scholars in Rome, Greece, and China over 2,500 years ago. Today, geography is more relevant than ever before, as issues of climate change, cultural diversity, economic globalization, urban sprawl, biodiversity loss, sustainable agriculture, water quality, energy, crime, tourism, politics, and natural hazards grow and change. They grow in intensity on the global scale and also increasingly affect our everyday lives. To grapple with these issues requires a populace that has a firm foundation in geography, a populace that can see the big picture, but that understands how different patterns and trends are related from a global scale down to the local community, my local community and yours. Despite the long history and contributions that geographers have made over the centuries, geography has been so neglected, so ignored over the past century in American primary and secondary education that most people do not understand what geography even really is. Many equate geography to memorizing imports, exports, state capitals, national capitals, mountain ranges, and place names. While it is important to know where things are to provide a framework, geography is concerned with all the relevant issues of our time, because all of these issues have a geographic component. Geography is really a 21st century skill. What is the relationship, for example, between birth rate and life expectancy? How does acid mine drainage in a mountain range affect water quality downstream? How will climate change affect global food production? Geography explores the spatial relationship between people, climate, land use, vegetation, river systems, aquifers, landforms, soils, natural hazards, and much more. Geography is a science with methods, tools, and a theoretical base, concerned with cultural processes and physical processes. Geography is not only a body of content knowledge, but provides a way of looking at the world. It's a framework. It's a way of seeing the world. The geographic perspective informs other disciplines. When epidemiologists, for example, study the spread of diseases, scientists study climate change, or business persons determine where to locate a new retail establishment, they use spatial thinking and spatial analysis, geographic analysis. In each case, geography provides critical tools for studying these issues and for solving very real problems on a daily basis. Geographic questions begin with the whys of where. Why are cities, ecoregions, earthquakes, and other objects located where they are? And how are they affected by their proximity to nearby things, and also by invisible global interconnections and networks? After asking geographic questions, students acquire geographic resources, and they collect data such as maps, satellite imagery, spreadsheets, and data from their own fieldwork. They analyze these geographic data and discover relationships across time and space. Geographic investigations are often value-laden and involve critical thinking skills. For example, after examining a map of cotton production in the USA, students investigate the relationship between altitude, latitude, climate, land use, and cotton production. After discovering that much cotton is grown in dry regions that must be irrigated, students can then ask, why is cotton grown in these dry areas? Should cotton be grown in these dry areas? Is that the best use of water and other natural resources? Finally, students present the results of their investigations using geographic tools such as multimedia, web GIS, and desktop geographic information systems. Their investigations usually spark additional questions, and the resulting cycle is the essence of geographic inquiry. Our world is constantly changing. I used to work at the U.S. Geological Survey, and one of my favorite maps was a map of the planet Mercury. Now on Mercury, not much happens. Every few hundred years or so, maybe a meteorite hits the surface as an impact crater. On the Earth, by contrast, it's constantly changing. It's a dynamic planet. And these changes include those brought about by physical forces, such as erupting volcanoes, meandering rivers, and shifting plates, but also those brought about by human forces, such as urbanization, or creating dams and reservoirs. Many changes are increasingly a combination of the two. For example, soil erosion, a natural process, can be exacerbated by human agricultural practices. Coastal erosion may be hastened by sea level rise and climate change brought about by human impact on the biosphere. River flooding may be more widespread and more intense due to the construction of artificial levees by humans along the banks. Students study geography to understand that the Earth is changing, and then they scientifically and analytically think about why it is changing, and then they even dig deeper than that. Should the Earth be changing in these ways? Is there anything that I can do about it, or that I should be doing about it? This captures not only the heart of spatial thinking, inquiry, and problem-based learning, but also empowers students to become decision makers, to create a difference, to make a difference in this changing world of ours. Geography, therefore, is not simply a nice-to-have subject for an already crowded educational curriculum. It underpins, in my view, the critical thinking skills, technology skills, citizenship skills, and life skills that underpin all other disciplines. It is essential for grappling with the essential issues of our time, with the 21st century. If we continue to ignore geography education, we do so at our own peril. Thanks.